Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Conversations Over Cars. My name's Tim Winkeler. I'm the president and CEO here at VAP Tires and Service. Today, we have the pleasure of being in Scarborough, Maine, and we're going to be spending some time with Damian Derosier today. We're going to be talking about the VIP customer engagement process, and we believe this customer engagement process really adds a lot of value for our company and for our customers, and we call it the 5 for 5 process. There's 5 key components that Damian's going to walk us through today that are going to tell us why this is our customer engagement process here at VIP. And before we get into that process, though, let's learn a little bit about Damian. So, Damian, welcome. Good morning.
Thank you. Morning, Tim.
So, Damian, how long have you been an automotive service professional? How long have you been doing this?
Off and on, about 20 years. I was kind of born into the business.
20 years. So born in the business, what does that mean? Was your dad in it? Mom in it?
My family owns a very large junkyard in central Maine. So literally kind of born into the business.
Yeah, awesome. So, I see you've got some patches here. What ASEs do you have?
Oh, geez, I've got 6. I've got my part certification, brakes, suspension. I'm forgetting a couple. I'm missing a couple patches.
G1, I see.
G1,
so.
Yeah.
Awesome. And how long have you been with VIP now?
Over 3 years.
Over 3 years.
Yeah,
Great.
Time flies.
Yeah, absolutely. So Damian's a great advocate of our 5 for 5 process. Everybody that we have work here at Scarborough with him sing his praises about how he follows this process and is a great customer advocate. So we're going to let him walk us through the process. I'm going to play the customer. So everyone out there, ignore the blue shirt for today. I'm going to be a customer. I'm not really a VAP employee for this video. And Damian's going to be our service professional. So we're going to walk in and I'm going to start my role playing as a customer, and we'll let Damian walk us through our 5 for 5 process. So let's go take a walk inside. All right, so we're going to approach Damian here at the counter. I'm a customer. And I'm going to say, hey, good morning.
Morning, Tim. What brings you in today?
I scheduled an oil change. Can you change my oil today?
I think we can make that happen.
Awesome.
Your keys.
Damian's grabbing an inspection form and a customer write-up form.
Let's take a look at your vehicle.
All right.
How you been, Tim?
I'm doing very well, very well. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. So what are you driving today? Your Odyssey?
No, I've got my Volkswagen.
Oh, you're beat up.
Yeah. So the first step in the 5 for 5 process is taking the customer back out to their car and having that first conversation at the car. So that's what Damian's doing with me right now.
Have any issues with it?
No issues at all. No, it's been driving great, and just putting miles on it, so need an oil change.
You do drive a lot, guys.
I put a lot of miles on this baby.
Alrighty, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get in the vehicle, I'm going to start it, see if there's anything that's obvious, if it's making any noise, if there's any lights, or if there's anything like that going on. Something that you may not realize if you drive the vehicle day in and day out.
Yep. So a lot of us get used to the routine noises we hear in our vehicles, and automotive service professionals listen to a car differently. Sometimes they may hear things or see things that we don't see in our cars every day. And so that's the reason that we start up a customer's car and we listen for those noises. We might hear a rattle, or we might hear a belt squeal, or something that the customer's just gotten accustomed to. Damian's going to have his ear out for things like that, and he's also going to be checking the dash for lights. And Damian, what else are you doing? Colleen, you can come get a close-up now. So.
All right, so basically just when I started the vehicle, I'm looking for any check engine lights, if there's a tire maintenance light, anything that could easily, you see it all the time, so you forget about it. So it's something that might mean something to me. I can bring it up to the customer, just let you know this is what we see, whether or not it's a reason for concern. No surprise, I don't really see anything going on with the vehicle. It does sound fine. So yeah, I mean, this one sounds pretty good.
Okay. So he shuts the vehicle off.
Another thing I went ahead and did is to get a look at tire tread. You wheel's straight, that can be a little bit difficult to get a look at the inside tread. So I cut the wheel all the way to get a look and see how the tread looks. It looks fine.
That's all right. So, and one thing I just noticed, Damian, what else? I do have something that might be overdue.
Yeah, I'm getting a look at your front brakes right now.
Okay.
And just glancing through the wheel, and I do see some marks in the front brakes. This is something that I would relay to the technician just to give them a heads up.
Yep.
Something that just glancing over the vehicle is something that we see. And
yep.
Yeah. He's also due for a sticker. Something
my
that
state inspection's overdue.
yes.
So
Something with COVID that is something that we do see a lot.
yeah.
But we are definitely starting to get caught up on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, need a sticker.
I know. I'll be back. So Damian, why come out here to the car with a customer? What's the big reason we do this?
Get a look at the vehicle and to make a relationship with the customer. Some other places I've worked at, customer comes in, drops the keys, and that's about it. It helps both of us. It helps me as a writer, it helps the technician, and helps the customer. I want to get a look at the vehicle. I want to see if there's something that just does not stand out. He said he's here for an oil change. We just saw that you need a sticker.
Right.
And I am looking at the brakes, and I am questioning brakes, just glancing at the brakes.
Yep. So there you go. So we build a relationship and we start to get to understand the car.
Biggest thing is about building the relationship.
Yep. So that's step 1 of 5 for 5. Step 2 is then getting back to the computer. We're not going to spend a lot of time in the store there, but step 2 is getting the customer onboarded into the computer, right?
Yes.
And we talk about Smart Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Smart Tracker?
Smart Tracker, it's owned by Smart Tracker. It's a system that's also going to give us your factory recommended maintenance.
Yep.
Once we put the plate in, 90% of the time, it's going to pop up what the vehicle is. I'm going to tell Smart Tracker how much miles are on the vehicle, and it's going to give me a list of where you should be at for factory recommended services. Not necessarily something that's broken, but Volkswagen says that X amount of miles you need to get this done. I'll then talk with Tim or the customer about that. I'll stress the importance, why you should go ahead and get this done, and we'll definitely help you out with that.
So step 2 is getting that customer into the computer system and talking about the Smart Tracker. So then step 3, which we'll do really quickly once we're inside, is Damian takes that pad right there,
Yes.
which is a multi-point vehicle inspection, and that goes out to the technician. And so Damian, what does the technician do with that?
After I fill all this out, technician is going to go break down multi-point check. They're going to check everything on this. It is something that our technicians can do fairly quickly. It's something they do day in and day out. After the technician goes over it, I'm going to take a look at it and I'm going to relay that to you.
And how are you going to relay that to me?
I'm going to take you out to the shop.
You're going to take me out to the shop
with the vehicle.
So let's go take a walk now. We're going to walk by the counter. Damian's going to get behind the counter, and then we're going to quickly transition to the shop. And then we're going to talk about what that visit to the shop is, because that's the other big part of our process, is having customers like me today get to know my technician at VIP. So let's go take a walk through the counter and to the shop. As Damian gets situated behind the counter, you can notice that we've got the plexiglass up, so customers can stay behind the plexiglass here as they're doing their transaction with us and taking all of our other precautions for COVID. So, all right. So now you get all my information and you get me in the Smart Tracker.
At this point, like Tim was saying, I put all the information in. I get them in the Smart Tracker. I pull factory recommended services. Another thing that we do here at VIP is we can see previous recommendations that were made that you may have declined on. At which point, I don't know if you've gone somewhere else, hopefully not, but I'll ask you if you've had the work done. If not, I'm going to relay that information to the technician as well, and we'll see exactly where that problem is at, how much work.
Absolutely. Another thing we do here is collect email addresses, right?
Absolutely,
so
yes.
Customer email addresses is really important because that Smart Tracker program also is an engine for sending reminders out to customers over email, right?
You get valuable coupons, you get free oil changes, you'll accumulate points that you can use here for anything that we do at VIP. It's a really good way, it helps us keep in touch.
Yep. So we're going to pretend now the technician's already seen my vehicle. They've got the MPI form done. They've communicated that information to Damian. And so now Damian's going to come find me again and say,
let's go take a look and meet your technician.
let's go take a look and meet your technician. So let's go meet my technician. Excuse me, guys.
Oh, hey, he's working on this car right now.
All right.
So, what's going on with this vehicle? Any problems with it?
This vehicle needs control arms, and it actually has a pinhole in one of the AC lines.
Okay.
So, at this point, now, Mike just said the vehicle needs a couple of control arms that has a pinhole in the AC line. At this point, we're actually going to show you the problem. Most problems that happen with a vehicle, you don't just have to take our word for it. Most of the time, we can show you that.
Especially for customers that wait, right?
Yes.
Otherwise,
Yes.
sometimes you're having a conversation over the phone if somebody's dropped off.
Right.
But in this case, I'm a customer who's waiting here,
Mhm.
and so you're walking me out, and I'm getting to meet the technician who's working on my vehicle.
Yes, always.
Yes, sir.
We'll always give you the option for that. Now, if you want me to point this out, but this is a lower control arm right here.
There you go, Colleen.
And ball joint was bad. He's actually tearing it apart right now. We could take you out here, and we will take you out here. We can actually grab a hold of the control arm. We can show you the control arm loaded or not. We can show you if there is a problem with it. Pinhole in the AC line on this vehicle is actually near the back at the back bumper. That is, again, something that you can visually see.
Right. So show and tell is a big part of our process at VIP. And after the technician has done the inspection, identified what needs to be done on the vehicle, that's where the visit to the shop is a big, big part. It is where the whole process culminates in that relationship, because as a customer now, I've spent time with Damian.
Mhm.
I know who Damian is. Maybe we've talked a little bit. And now I've met Michael too. And I know now that Michael's the guy who's going to be working on my car. So now I've developed as a customer a connection to my service professional and my technician, all because of the VIP 5 for 5 process, which is focused on building that relationship. And that's really why do we focus so much, Damian, on relationships?
Relationships, I believe, in this business is critical. Most other places that I've worked at, it's very cut and dry, very to the point. One of the things I do love about VIP is most of the customers, they do get to normally get to know everybody here. I'll see them in public. They'll say, hey, how's it going? A lot of our customers, I know if they've got kids, grandkids. I want to know all that. I love telling people, anybody can sell something once. We want you to come back over and over again. This is an automotive customer for life, and that is one thing that we believe and we do stand behind.
Absolutely. And the other reality of our business is that, Michael, there's customers that probably call and ask for you.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Yes, there
right?
is.
more often than not they do.
More
Yes.
often than not, right? You're a master technician, so people who have their vehicles worked on by Michael develop that relationship,
Yeah.
and they trust Michael.
Yeah, I'm out here. I chat with them a little bit.
That's an important part of the business.
It is.
And for us, we believe we have a term in VIP called different and better. And being different and better is what we strive for every day. And we believe by following this process, we are delivering a different and better experience for our customers.
I mean, I don't know if you've gone somewhere else. I would assume a lot of customers who are watching this have heard the phrase "insurance doesn't let you in the shop." That is not true here. We'd be more than happy to take you out, show you any concerns, any questions. If you want to just see underneath your vehicle, some people like seeing it. Some people they know that they want to see underneath the vehicle. We'll take you out. We'll show you. There's never a reason we wouldn't.
That's right. Full transparency.
Full transparency, 100%. That's why we got the window right over there in every shop.
And obviously, this is not my vehicle. This is a different vehicle. But in the case of my vehicle, had those brakes been inspected when the vehicle comes in, and had Michael suggested or recommended that those brakes need to be repaired, I would have been out here. Michael would have shown me my brakes. I would have said, well, how much is that going to cost? Of course, Michael doesn't know that because Michael is not working up estimates. Damian would then say, hey, why don't we go back inside and we'll work up an estimate for you.
Absolutely.
And we can talk about what that costs.
Absolutely.
We never talk about price out here in the shop. We never come loaded with estimates or loaded. This is not a sales process. This is a customer engagement process, and it's an education process. And that's the way we think of it.
And if you come here for an oil change and your vehicle needs nothing, we'll just do the oil change. You come here for an oil change and you're looking at a lot of other stuff, that's very valuable. I mean, this is something that you're putting yourself and your family in and day out. Let's get it taken care of.
Well, here's another example, Damian. How often do we run free state inspections?
All the time.
All the time, like at least a week a month.
Yeah.
How often do you guys have a vehicle that comes in and maybe it's pretty good and all it needs is that free state inspection?
Absolutely.
And you're cashing somebody out for zero.
Yep.
Right? That happens a lot.
That happens every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
So it's the process is focused on education and relationships. And I guess that's really the bottom line.
That is the bottom line. Let us educate you and we'll build a good relationship at the same time.
Absolutely. All right. So we are closing out this episode of Conversations Over Cars. Once again, my name is Tim Winkler, President and CEO here at VIP Tires and Service. This is Damian Derosier, one of our service professionals in Scarborough, Maine. And until next time, keep those questions coming. And next week, we're going to be up in Brewer, Maine, meeting with Wesley, who's one of our master technicians, and talking about automotive tools. So we'll see you then. Thank you.